on YouTube. It's your guy Sports Law broadcasting live today, October 5th, 2025. Today we will be doing the NFL picks, my perspective. Sorry for the early live stream. We have an NFL game which starts at 8:30 this morning, and it's going to be kicking off in London today. So what we're going to do in this live stream is we're going to go over the games that will be played today and or tomorrow. I'll mention some things about the game that took place on Thursday, but our main focus is going to be the games that take place today and on Monday. I'll go over who is playing. I'll go over the kickoff time. I'll go over the who is expected to win. I'll go over the over-under, and I'll make some predictions and stuff, and then we'll discuss NFL. So here we go. Game today, Minnesota versus Cleveland. That game is being played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England. Minnesota is favored to win that game by 3.5 or 4 points over Cleveland. The over-under is 36.5 or 37. Next, you have Las Vegas versus Indianapolis with the noon kickoff. Indianapolis is favored to win the game by 6.5 or 7 points. The over-under is 47.5. All times that I mentioned are going to be in Central Time, just so you know. Next, you'll have the New York Giants versus New Orleans with a noon kickoff. New Orleans is favored to win that game by 1.5 or 2 points. The over-under is 40.5. Next, you have Dallas versus the New York Jets. That's a noon kickoff. Dallas is favored to win that one by 2.5 or 3 points. The over-under is 47.5 or 48. Next, you have Denver versus Philadelphia, which is a noon kickoff. Philadelphia is favored to win that game by 3.5 or 4 points. The over-under is 43.5. Next, you have Miami versus Carolina, which is a noon kickoff. Miami is favored to win that one by 1.5 or 2 points. The over-under is 44.5 or 45. Next, you have Houston versus Baltimore. That's going to be a noon kickoff. Houston's favored to win that one by 2.5 or 3 points. The over-under is 40.5 or 41. Then you have Tennessee versus Arizona. That is a 3:05 p.m. kickoff. Arizona is favored to win that one by 7.5 or 8 points. The over-under is 41.5 or 42. You have Tampa Bay versus Seattle, which is 3:05 p.m. kickoff. Seattle's favored to win that one by 3.5 or 4 points. The over-under is 44.5. Hello to you, Easy. Hello to you, We Are Stardust. How are you doing today? Let's see. We have Tampa Bay versus Seattle, 3:05 p.m. Seattle's favored to win that one by 3.5 or 4 points. The over-under is 44.5 or 45. Hello to you, We Are Stardust. I appreciate you. You have Detroit versus Cincinnati. That's going to be a 3:25 p.m. kickoff. Detroit is favored to win that one by 9.5 or 10 points. The over-under is 49.5. You have Washington versus the Los Angeles Chargers, 3:25 p.m. Los Angeles Chargers is favored to win by 3.5 or 4 points. The over-under is 47.5 or 48. New England versus Buffalo. That's going to be your Sunday night football game today. That's 7:20 p.m. Buffalo's favored to win that one by 7.5 or 8 points. The over-under is 49.5 or 50. And on Monday, tomorrow, October 6th, you have Kansas City versus Jacksonville, 7:15 p.m. Kansas City is favored to win that one by 3.5 or 4. The over-under is 46.5. Hello to you, each and every one of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through those games and give you my thoughts in terms of who is going to win and whether or not it will be over or under. and these are just my picks. You can take it what you will with it. So, in the Minnesota versus Cleveland game, I have Minnesota to win that one by 4 points. I will go over the 37. In the Los Angeles-Indianapolis game, I'm going to go Indianapolis over the 48. New York Giants versus New Orleans. That one's a really too close to call situation, so I'm going to go against the odds on that one, and I'm going New York Giants to beat New Orleans, and I'm going over the 41. Dallas versus the New York Jets. I'm going to go Dallas winning that one. I'll go over the 48. Denver versus Philadelphia. I have Philadelphia to win that one, and I'll go over the 44. Miami versus Carolina. I have that one's a too close to be called kind of game, but I'm going to go Miami winning that one, and I'm going to go under the 45. Houston versus Baltimore. Let's see. I'm going to go Houston with that one, and I'm going over the 41. Tennessee versus Arizona. I'm going to go Arizona winning that one, and I'm going to go over the 42, but I don't think it's going to be an 8-point game. I think it's going to be like more of a 3-point game with Arizona, so I'm going to disagree with the pros on the 8-point win over that one, and I still have Arizona winning, but I disagree with the 8 points. It's going to be 3 instead of 8. Tampa Bay versus Seattle. I have Seattle winning that one, and I'm going to go over the 45. In the Tennessee-Arizona game, I'm going over the 42. In the Detroit versus Cincinnati game, I have Detroit winning that one, but again, just like one of the other ones, they have Detroit winning by 10, and I have Detroit winning by 7, not 10, and I'll go under the 50. Let's see. In the Washington versus Los Angeles Chargers game, I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers, and I'm going under the 48. The New England versus Buffalo game, let's see. I'm going Buffalo winning that one, but I'm going to disagree with the margin. They say it's going to be 8 points. I believe it's going to be 5, and it's still going to be Buffalo winning over New England, and I'm going to go under the 50. Kansas City versus Jacksonville, which will be tomorrow. I'm going to go with Kansas City winning by 4, and I'm going to go over the 47. Just a word of note, this week in the NFL, Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh all have a bye week, meaning there's no games scheduled. Also, just to let you know, San Francisco did beat Los Angeles Rams 26-23 on Thursday, and the original stats for that had it to where the Los Angeles Rams was favored to win by 7. So if you bet on the Los Angeles Rams on that game, you're out of luck because you lost on that one. The over-under was 47.5 or 48. It ended up going over on that. So what else about NFL do you want to talk about today? Because those are my picks for this week. Reason for such the early broadcast is we have not a live stream, but we have an NFL international game which takes place at 8:30 a.m. this morning. So anyway, does anybody have any comments regarding the NFL? I'll go over my picks again, just to make sure. Well, no, I won't do that, but anyway, that's my picks for week 5 of the NFL. How is everyone liking the fact that I'm doing this broadcast so early on Sunday morning? Because normally if I'm doing a broadcast on Sunday morning, it's usually covering travel baseball or whatever. Well, anyway, so just to review real quick, I have Minnesota defeating Cleveland. I have Indianapolis beating Las Vegas. I have the New York Giants beating New Orleans going against the pros. I have Dallas beating the New York Jets. I have Philadelphia beating Denver. I have Miami defeating Carolina. I have Houston defeating Baltimore. I have Arizona beating Tennessee, but I don't necessarily agree with the margin. I think it's going to be a closer margin. I have Seattle beating Tampa Bay. I do have Detroit beating Cincinnati. Again, I disagree with the margin. I think it's going to be a little closer game than what it is. I have the Los Angeles Chargers defeating Washington. I have Buffalo defeating New England. I have Kansas City defeating Jacksonville. So, yep. I also have Kansas City defeating Jacksonville. And again, this week, Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh all have bye weeks. The game for San Francisco versus Los Angeles Rams. Los Angeles Rams was favored to win by 7. They only won by 3. They lost by 3. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to this broadcast today regarding the NFL. I think we're going to go back and resume our normal broadcast schedule with the NFL, where we'll do it on Tuesdays. I'm not seeing much result in doing it this way on Sunday morning. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. We will be doing these NFL live streams on Tuesday from here on out. Just like we do with the college football one, and we'll do the NFL live stream sometime on Tuesday, and we'll do it each week, every week during the regular season, and then when we get to the playoffs, we'll figure out what's going on from that. Thank you again for tuning in today. I hope each and every one of you have a great day. Sports Live Media signing out.